we're sitting there, and those guys are just, they seem like they're pretty decent guys, and they order up some shots, and they ask me if I want some shots, so I did a couple shots with those guys and whatnot.
Right.
Well, the one guy, he says he plunks down $100 bill, and he says to the bartender that he wanted to play a game or something, like a trivia game with her. I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention what he was going for, and so she's like, yeah, okay, I'll play a game with you, and she goes, what do you want to play? He goes, well, you pick it. And so she says, okay, I got it. She says, I'll give each one of you 3 guesses to guess my middle name.
Okay.
For whatever reason, that was the game and they all agreed. And so among the 4 guys that were there, each one got 3 guesses. So that was 12 guesses total to get to figure out her middle name. Well, the guy who put the money down, he starts getting real, halfway through the game, he starts getting a little irritated, I guess.
Okay.
And his 2 older buddies, they just tap out and they decide they're leaving the bar because I think they already sensed what this guy was all about. He was kind of like one of these guys who, when he drinks a little bit too much, he probably gets a little violent or gets kind of nasty.
Okay.
And so he starts calling this bartender a hustler and a whore and all this other, because he was losing, that by this time they hadn't guessed her middle name,
Right, sure.
And so he starts calling her names, calling her a hustler and a whore and this, that, and the other. And she goes, you've got no reason to talk to me that way. And he goes, yeah, you're just a fucking hustler and you're just a whore. And he was just really just getting real belligerent. And she goes, listen, dude, here, take your fucking money back. I don't need your money. She goes, you're the one who wanted to play this game. You're the one who agreed to it. I'm not doing anything here. Take your money and just get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And so he starts in, well, you don't know who I am. I'm the richest guy in this county. I could buy this place 5 times over and blah, blah, blah. And she goes, I don't need your money. I don't care who you are. And I don't care how much money you have. Just get the fuck out of here.
Right.
So the young guy who was there with him, he's sitting there and he's looking pretty embarrassed. Right. And so the older guy, he just kind of meanders away and I'm just like, so I kind of looked at this kid and I go, hey, what was that all about? And he goes, oh, that's my dad. I'm just like, he goes, yeah, that's my old man. I said, what's his story? And he goes, well, he's pretty wealthy and he's just an old white man with money. And he just doesn't understand the when you go out to a place that, be it a bartender, waitress, whatever, not only are they your server, but they sort of provide a little bit of entertainment and make your evening enjoyable. And, you kind of tip those people because if you had a good time, you kind of show your appreciation. But he says he's not like that. He's, he's not one. He may have a lot of money, but he certainly doesn't, spread it around. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
And he goes, I don't live here in this area anymore. He says, I live in downtown Chicago, so I know how it goes.
Nice.
And he goes, I said, so what does your dad do? And he goes, well, he's got a lot of businesses and his buddies that were here, they're pretty well off, whatever. He says, I'm the grandson of Mayor Daley.
Okay.
Mayor Daley of Chicago,
Right.
So he was just like, but I don't think the way that they do or act the way that they do. He says, I have a whole different viewpoint in life. And, I said, so when something like that happens, what do you think? And he goes, well, I'm just here for the weekend to do this golf thing with them. And after tomorrow, I'm going back to the city.
All right.